Hi everyone, this is Amy and welcome back to my channel. Today we're making two different Japanese sandos. We're going to start with the fruit one. In a large bowl, we're going to add a cup of heavy cream and 2 tablespoons of sugar. Now you can whip this into a stand mixer, but I tend to over whip it because I forget about it. So I'm going to whip this by hand. And this will take about 10 to 15 minutes. It's a really good workout. And we're just whipping away to a soft peak. If you've never had a fruit sandwich, trust me, it is quite delicious. Now to add a little tang, a little interest, we're going to add a half cup of mascarpone cheese, a little bit at a time. This is going to add a little tanginess. It's just kind of a fancier cream cheese, which you can use instead. Just make sure it's room temperature. The mascarpone is a little softer and a little tangier. I switch over to a larger whisk here because this is getting quite thick. Now, the essential part for this sandwich is the bread, and we're going to use Shokupan, which is a Japanese milk bread. It's really white and quite beautiful. We're going to use this for both sandwiches. Now, some people cut the crust off after they've assembled their sandwich. I tend to do it before, just so nothing gets too smushed down, but don't throw away those ends. You can turn them into a really nice little cinnamon bread rusk. For the fruit, I'm using strawberries. Some people get really fancy with these, but strawberries were in season. And I just wanted to try to make it with this. We're going to do a little decoration on this to make it kind of look like a tulip. I don't know how well we did here, just measuring out how I want to lay this out. So I have 5 strawberries here. We're going to cut little notches at the top, 2 on either side, to make it look like a little flower petal. And the others, just on 3 of them, the others we're going to cut in half because we're going to be able to fill up our entire sandwich. Now to assemble, we're going to layer a little bit of our whipped cream mascarpone mixture on the bottom. Just a thin layer. And then we're going to go ahead and lay out our strawberries. Just laying this out. Now, if you've never been to a Japanese 7-Eleven, I encourage you to try to find one. I know that's kind of crazy, but I've heard that the Japanese 7-Elevens are coming to America. Not sure if that's actually true. You can find both these sandwiches in there. And it's really quite delicious. Now we're going to start piling on the rest of this whipped cream. And of course you're not going to use all of this. You would if you're making a couple more sandwiches. I'm just doing one. But I did go back and dip the strawberries directly in here and just eat it as a little strawberries and cream dessert. Quite delicious. And yes, this is a lot of cream, but we really want to cover all these strawberries. And we're going to press this down and wrap this up tightly so it'll all make sense in a minute. Putting another thin layer on the second piece. Topping our sandwich, and we're going to squish this down. Now we want to wrap this up into some saran wrap because we want this to set in the fridge. So just going in, wrapping this up really tightly, and you want to mark which direction you lay down your strawberries. It's going to be important for cutting. So just taking a little Sharpie and writing out the direction. We're going to pop this in the fridge for minimum half an hour. While that's setting up, we can make our egg salad. We're going to boil 3 eggs. To start this, I put them in a cold pan with enough water to cover. Turn it on the heat. Once this comes up to a boil, we're going to turn off the heat, cover this up, and let those sit for 10 minutes, although I'm going to pull one out at 7 minutes because I want a softer yolk for that. Covering that back up, leaving for an additional 3 minutes. Pardon my bad peel, but you can see that cute jammy yolk. We're going to just cut that in half and leave it as it is. To assemble the egg salad, we're going to pull out all of our hard-boiled yolks. Then we're going to cut up and dice up our whites and add them to the small bowl. For a little seasoning, we're going to add in a couple more ingredients. This is a little different than an American egg salad. It's a little sweeter, a little bit more savory and tangy. Just chopping those up. Now this sounds weird, but we're going to add a half teaspoon of milk, half teaspoon of freshly ground white pepper, half teaspoon of Dijon mustard, and a half teaspoon of sugar. Now we're going to go ahead and add 2 tablespoons of kewpie mayonnaise, or mayonnaise of your choice. I like kewpie. It is a little tangier. We have our Shokupan. We're going to spread a thin layer of butter. This is going to keep the bread from getting too soggy from the egg salad. Then we're going to go ahead and layer on a layer of of our egg salad, popping the jammy yolk egg on top, and just like the fruit sando, going ahead and pile on, topping with a second piece, wrapping up in plastic wrap to let set for an additional 30 minutes. I forgot to mark which direction the soft-boiled eggs are, which was a shame, but mark which way your eggs are going. So now it has been a little bit. We're going to go ahead and unwrap this and slice this diagonally because everyone knows sandwiches taste better on the diagonal. And this is where I forgot to, well, you'll see it in a minute. Beautiful. I'm going to set that on a plate. Now let's do the fruit sando, which I did mark because my brain was working. And this is great because you don't want to sit in front of a hot stove, especially in this heat wave that we've been having in New York. So cutting this also on the diagonal. Look how pretty. Okay, so there's our fruit sando and our egg sando. We're going to go ahead and give the egg sando a taste first. Tangy, eggy, creamy, a little sweet, so much flavor, and the shokupan so soft, and it just makes everything taste better. Going in with the fruit sando next. I cannot tell you how delicious this is. Sweet, a little bit of tang for the mascarpone, the fresh fruit. So easy and so absolutely delicious. But there they are, 2 different Japanese sandos that you can make in your home. Thank you everyone so much for hanging out with me today and for understanding that I took a day off last week so I could take my first trip to Europe. It was pretty amazing. If you liked this video, give it a like. If you loved it, please consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell if you haven't already, because I put out new videos every Thursday. Thank you so much again, and until next time, happy cooking.